When I think of Aaron Rodgers, I think of a talent more than a winner.
So is Peyton Manning a winner?
No.
What?
How I look at it, did Peyton Manning overachieve in his career?
He won multiple Super Bowls and he won 5 MVPs.
Again, it's how I look. He's an unbelievable talent.
He got to 4 Super Bowls, won 2 of them, got 5 MVPs, and you don't consider him a winner?
He's somebody who won. Is Ken Griffey Jr. a home run hitter?
Is Ken Griffey Jr. Wow, what a segue there. I cannot see this at all. I do not understand this in any sense, way, shape, or form. How Evan Cohen is saying this. I do not understand it. Am I on the same boat? Are you in the same boat as me?
Dude, Peyton Manning's the 3rd best quarterback of all time. Now, that's not counting Patrick Mahomes yet because his career hasn't wrapped up yet. I'm assuming he'll probably be in that top 3 range as well. But Peyton is 3 for me, and I don't even think it's close. Who would you take over Peyton Manning as a top 3 quarterback of all time? The 2 I have over him right now that are done, finito, retired, are Tom Brady and Joe Montana. Joe Montana was unbelievable, arguably changed the quarterback position. I would have those 2 over Manning, and that's it. 71,000 passing yards, 539 passing touchdowns. And as Canty said, 5 MVPs, 2 Super Bowl rings. And I understand maybe the last Super Bowl wasn't as pretty as the first one. He lost a couple of Super Bowls as well. But I don't see how you can't call Peyton Manning a winner. The guy made everyone around him better as well. Any tight end, I could have played, and obviously I'm kind of,
hyperbolic.
Exactly. I could have played tight end for Peyton Manning and caught touchdowns like Dallas Clark and company. So I think Peyton Manning, top 3 all time. I don't even think this is close. I'm surprised Evan wanted to go this route, to be honest. I'm a little surprised Evan wanted to go the route.
Peyton Manning is tied for 2nd all time in career wins behind Tom Brady. 2nd all time. He played 17 years in the NFL. 16 of them, you guess you could chalk up as full seasons. The 17th season was when he was in and out with Brock Osweiler when he couldn't move the last game of his career. Still went 7-2 that year. So let's exclude that. It wasn't a full sample size. In those 16 years of his career, Peyton Manning won under 10 games twice, including his rookie year. His rookie year, he won 3 games, and his 4th year in the league in 2001, when they had that god-awful defense, they won 6 games. Every other year than that, 10-plus wins. So, all right. He's a regular season winner. He hadn't gotten it done in the postseason. Well, what did Manning start in the postseason? 0-6 to start his career? He finished 14-3 as a postseason record. So talk about somebody who didn't know how to get over the hump until about 5-6 years into his career, and he still finished with above 500 playoff win-loss record. I think Brady goggles have got skewed a little bit on what playoff success looks like.
We've seen so much good quarterback play as of late with Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes.
It's not replicable.
Right.
You don't have people growing off trees that are 17-4 in the postseason and 35-13. Brady's 35-13.
Right. And when, it's interesting to me that this is the take with Manning because we could have this take with a lot of other good quarterbacks as well. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger, is he a loser? Is Ben Roethlisberger a loser now? 2 Super Bowls.
Is 13-10 in the postseason, so a little bit of a record. But yes, you're right. Ben Roethlisberger, when you think about him, you think about a winner.
Yeah.
What about his brother? How did his brother do in the postseason and in the regular season outside of those 2 Super Bowl runs?
Yeah, it was bad, and it wasn't a first.
And Eli's best claim to fame in the Hall of Fame is that, he's a winner.
Yep. And he beat the best team of all time in the undefeated
So
Patriots.
Eli can be a winner because 2-0 in the Super Bowl, fine. Probably the most important win this decade, this century, in terms of Super Bowls, fine. But Peyton went to 4. Mm-hmm. Went to 4 with multiple franchises, too. That's not just being thrown around. Multiple franchises went. That was a big lick on Tom's legacy when he got that Tampa Bay Buccaneer one. He did it with multiple franchises. Breeze, 9-9 in the postseason. Rodgers, 11-10 in the postseason. Elway, probably an elite winner, top 5 all-time big game player, lost his first 3 Super Bowls.
In tremendous fashion as well.
2-3 in the big game. He's 14-7 in the postseason. He had terrific runs towards the latter half of his career. Montana, Joe Cool, ultimate big game player, never threw an interception in the Super Bowl. No discussion there. I think we need to set a criteria on what a winning quarterback looks like, because if Peyton Manning does not fit that criteria, we're looking at 5 total winners in the history of the NFL.
And I think the underrated part is something you mentioned there with multiple teams, too. Like, it was big for Brady, but I'm going to take it a step further. I heard Aaron Rodgers' name get brought up in that scrum that happened on Unsportsmanlike. And look what, and I guess I'm picking on Packer quarterbacks here. Look what happened when Brett Favre went to a new team. Look what happened when Aaron Rodgers went to a new team. I'll even say I know Philip Rivers never won anything, Colin, but Rivers never had any tremendous success after the Chargers either. So I think doing it with multiple teams, winning a Super Bowl with multiple teams, and he was the best quarterback in the NFL and broke records that first year.
Nobody else has 5 league MVPs.
That first year, Colin, let's rewind to that first year with Denver, where he threw for like 5 touchdowns on Monday Night Football in that opening game of the year. That's incredible stuff. You're like, all right, and did they get smoked in the Super Bowl that year? Sure. But at the same time, it's like, man, a lot of people counted out Peyton Manning after that neck injury, including the Colts, who decided to go for greener pastures and get Andrew Luck. He proved a lot of people wrong there, and I think with everything you just said, the 0-6 in the playoffs, he is truly a guy, when you look at his career, it's like, wow.
I was incorrect in that. It was 0-3. Excuse me.
Regardless, he started out slow in the playoffs. I think when you look back at Peyton Manning, you go, this was a guy who figured it out throughout his entire career.
This is not a word association thing. You can't just choose one thing. You could be both.
Right.
Brady's an immense talent and a complete winner.
But then like Rodgers, too. What's the conversation with Rodgers? And he's a loser then. He's a bona fide loser.
And Rodgers never had to deal with Brady in his conference. And the one time he did, he lost to him in his building. So, Breeze, too. Never had to deal with Brady.
Like Aaron Rodgers, a first ballot Hall of Fame. If we want to do this conversation with Rodgers, that that Peyton Manning's an all-time loser.
I wouldn't disagree with the Rodgers take. I wouldn't.
That he's
won Super Bowl, had that great run.
Sure.
He's a good postseason player, but was he the guy to get it done in a big game always? He got screwed in a couple of games here and there, but probably not.
And
that's fair to say because that one run.
And
fair.
they had highway robbery in one of those playoff games in a deep playoff run against the Cowboys. When Des Bryant's touchdown wasn't a touchdown. There's stipulations to every. If we want to do this with every quarterback, you can. I'm with you here, man. I don't know why Peyton Manning was the one getting picked on. It's a weird person to pick on. He's such a likable guy, and I feel like he's got so much like moxie and power in the media industry as well, having the Manning cast, and he's a likable guy.
How many winners are there, Evan? How many? 4? Really?
No, 1. Brady. 1 and
Brady.
2. Brady and Mahomes.
He's a Patriot fan. So
Sure.
No wonder he's got the goggles on. How many winners are there? Can there Bart Starr, Elway, Montana, Brady, and Mahomes? That's it. 5.
Colin, with the dumpster fire organizations we root
Staubach,
for,
Bradshaw.
I would do some sick thing. I would do some sick things to have a quarterback like Peyton Manning on my team for 15 years.
Ridiculous. And
for 15 years.
And he wasn't denouncing him as a talent. We know how great Peyton Manning was as a talent.
But even to win, he won 2 Super Bowls. Sign me up. Sign me up. I'm never going to see a Super Bowl in my lifetime.
In the league is signing up for that. For the career he had, for the postseason success, up and down, that he had on both the teams he played for. Any team. Today, outside of maybe 4. Whoever has Mahomes would probably not sign with up. If the Buffalo Bills could sign up for that today, they would. If the Baltimore Ravens could sign up for that, they would. If the San Francisco 49ers could sign up for that, they would. If the Eagles could sign up for that, they might not. But chances are they would.
Maybe not because they won 2 in what? How many years?
In 5 years. 6 years.
I get that. How many did they win before the 2 in 7 years? 1 in the 80s? Right? I have that right, don't I?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
When did they win?
That was their first one in 2018. They've been to a number of them.
Okay.
They've been to a number of them.
See. Okay, so I was wrong. But as a miserable sport fan, and Dolphin fans, the local, Colin, the local.
I'm just trying to make sense of this. What is a winner? What do you have to do to be a winner? You have to go 35-13 in the postseason? Yep. All right, you're a winner. Fair enough. All right. You got to.
John Wooden, Colin. I know different sports. You got to be the great John Wooden, go 2 undefeated seasons.
There you go. Now you're a winner. No, nowadays, not much of a winner. You didn't. He's a talent because people want to bring up the context in which that was brought up. I just listened to that for the first time with what Evan Cohen said on Sportsmanlike. And I believe it was Michelle Smallman straight up asked him, "What? Peyton Manning's not a winner?" And he goes, "No. 10 total quarterbacks have been to 4 Super Bowls or plus. He's one of them. 13 total quarterbacks in the history of the NFL have 2+ rings. He's one of them. And some of those guys are not excellent all-time players. Jim Plunkett has 2. Greasy has 2. Bradshaw was a great player, not as good as what Manning was.
There was a lot on that Steeler team as
well.
well.
A lot on that Steeler team.